Hello everyone, I welcome you all in today's biology class. In this class, we are going to study new lesson, that is lesson number 8, cell biology and biotechnology. So in this class, we are going to discuss two concepts from this lesson, that is cell biology and stem cells. But in this lesson, there are four main concepts. That is, first one is cell biology means cytology, then stem cells. After that, biotechnology and its applications. And fourth one is important stages in the development of agriculture. So these are the four concepts which are we going to study in this lesson. So let us start with the first concept, that is cell biology or cytology. So cytology means the branch of science which deals with the study of cell structure, cell organelles, cell division and different types of cells. Means in the branch of science where the study of cells takes place, then this branch of science is known as cytology. So in the field of human health, various revolutionary changes are going to happen because of cell biology, and there are some research centers or research institutes specially dedicated for research on cells are established, and from these centers, the one center is National Center for Cell Science, which is located at Pune, and the next one is INSTEM at Bengaluru. So these are two institutes working in the field of cell biology. So they are involved in the research of cell. The websites are provided in the textbook, and by visiting these websites we can understand the research undergoing in those institutes. So this is the cytology or cell biology. The next concept is stem cells, which is the important concept in this lesson. So stem cells are the special types of cells which are present in the body of multicellular organisms. Why they are present only in the body of multicellular organisms? Because in the body of unicellular organisms there is only one type of cell. Means the body of unicellular organism is made up of only single cell. So stem cells are the parent cell of our body. So they are present only in the body of multicellular organisms. The stem cells have ability to give rise to all other types of cells present in the body of multicellular organisms. It means that in our body there are so many types of cells are present, like nerve cell, then cardiac cell, then red blood cell, white blood cells, muscle cells. So all these types of cells are produced with the help of stem cells. After that, the function of stem cell is they play important role in the wound healing also. So the study of stem cells is a very important part of this lesson. So in this lesson we are going to study the stem cells which are present in the body of animals and particularly in the body of human beings. So when the new organism is formed from the zygote, that is zygote is formed from the process of fertilization, and in the process of fertilization male and female gamete is fused to form a zygote. Male and female gamete is fused to form a zygote. When the zygote is formed from the union of male and female gamete, and when it starts to develop, so the earliest stages of the development of these organisms is in the form of a mass of cells. During earliest stage of development, organism is in the form of mass of cells, and all the cells in that mass are called as stem cells. All the cells which are present in this mass is called as stem cells. So we have studied in a previous lesson, that is life processes in living organisms part 2, when after the fertilization, when there is a formation of a zygote, and when zygote starts to develop, it is converted into embryo, and during that uh, earlier stages of embryonic development, there is a formation of a mass of cells, and all these cells are nothing but the stem cells. So from these stem cells, all these stem cells are starting dividation or differentiation by mitotic process of cell division, or with the help of mitosis. And after that, the stem cells are get converted into different types of cells. So stem cells are present in the umbilical cord of the stem cells are present in the umbilical cord by which fetus joined to the uterus of mother. So all these stem cells are present in the umbilical cord also. So during the embryonic development, the one stage is there, that is a blastocyst. It's gastrula, blastula, all these are the stages of embryonic development. But from those stages, during the stage of blastocyst, the stem cells are present in this stage. When we are become adult, or in the body of adult human beings, the stem cells are present in red bone marrow and in the adipose connective tissue. Means when the embryonic development starts in the uterus, so during that time the stem cells get converted into different cells of our body. Means when they have the ability to replicate themselves in the stem cells also, as well as they can divide into other cells like muscle cells, then cardiac cells, or blood cells. So this is the ability of stem cells to produce the more than 200 different types of cells in the human body. So depending on the source of stem cells, there are two types of cells. First one is embryonic stem cell, and next one is adult stem cells. So embryonic stem cells means the cells which are present, or which are collected before the differentiation, are called as embryonic stem cells. Why we are going to collect these cells or embryonic cell before differentiation? So because after the cell differentiation, if stem cells get converted into muscle cells, then muscle cell get divided and it forms only muscle cells. So the embryonic stem cells are collected before it starts differentiation. It has the property of pluripotency. So pluripotency means ability to self-multiplying. Ability to self-multiplication, self-multiplying ability means pluripotency. And they are parent cells of all types of human cells. Means in our body, whatever the types of cells, all types of cells are formed from the stem cells. So stem cells are collected well before the beginning of differentiation, means before 14th day. After the zygote formation, or after the fertilization, before 14th day, it should be collected, because before that, or because at the period of 14th day, there is no formation or there is no differentiation of stem cells takes place into the different types of cells. So by collecting them or culturing them with the biochemical stimulus in the laboratory, and as per the stimulus which are provided to the stem cells, they can be transformed into the desired type of cells, and thereby from these cells tissue is formed, and finally from these tissues organs may be formed. So the embryonic stem cells are collected before 14th day after fertilization. Next type is adult stem cells. So the Sources of adult stem cells are red bone marrow, adipose connective tissue, and blood. So, in the body of adult human beings, there are only three sources of stem cells: red bone marrow, adipose connective tissue, and blood. After that, we are going to study the uses of stem cells. So, there are two main uses of stem cells. First one in regenerative therapy, and second one in organ transplantation. So, in the regenerative therapy, there is a cell therapy in which stem cells are used to replace the dead cells in case of conditions like diabetes, myocardial infarction, then Alzheimer's disease, and Parkinson's disease. So, diabetes means there is a lack of RBCs in the body of that person. Then myocardial infarction means it is nothing but the heart attack which happens due to the blockage in the blood vessels. And Alzheimer's disease means a disease that destroy the memory and other important mental functions. And Parkinson's disease means it is the disease of central nervous system which affects the movement. So in case of all these diseases, we can use stem cells to replace these dead cells. And these stem cells are also used to produce the blood cells required in the conditions like anemia, then thalassemia, and leukemia. So anemia means lack of RBCs. Then thalassemia means lack of hemoglobin, which is the pigment present in the blood, and the function of hemoglobin is it dissolves the oxygen and it carry oxygen from lungs to the all parts of our body. And leukemia, it is the type of cancer of blood. So in these cases, we can use stem cells to replace these cells, and we can treat the person by giving stem cell therapy. And next one is organ transplantation. So organ transplantation, in case of failure of organs like kidney and liver, those can be produced with the help of stem cells and can be transplanted in the body of that person. So in case of organ transplantation, the various the organs in the human body become less efficient or completely functionless due to various reasons like aging, accidents, infections, and some disorders. Then in that case, there is one treatment, that is organ transplantation. So in the organ transplantation, the main or important requirement is availability of donor. So each person has a pair of kidneys, and the process of excretion takes place with the help of single kidney also, and person can donate another one kidney to the पेशेंट. सो इसमें बहुत सारे ऐसे वैरायटी ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट हो सकते हैं ड्यूरिंग ऑर्गन ट्रांसप्लांटेशन. फर्स्ट वन इज अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ डोनर, देन फैक्टर्स लाइक ब्लड ग्रुप, डायबिटीज disorders, then some diseases, then age. All these factors are responsible, or they are need to be paid attention during the transplantation. So because of that reasons, we can form the different organs with the help of stem cells. So यहाँ पे जो पिक्चर दिया है, तो स्टेम सेल के हेल्प से हम न्यूरॉन का फॉर्मेशन करके ब्रेन का स्ट्रक्चर या ब्रेन जो ऑर्गन है ये फॉर्म कर सकते हैं. इंटेस्टाइन है, यहाँ पे सेल्स दिखाए हैं, लिवर सेल है, हार्ट के कार्डियक सेल्स होते हैं. तो इससे हम ये जो ऑर्गन्स हैं ये फॉर्म कर सकते हैं. ऑस्टियोसाइट्स है तो उससे बोन का फॉर्मेशन हो सकता है। तो डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स हम फॉर्म कर सकते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ स्टेम सेल्स। सो कुछ ऐसे भी ऑर्गन्स हैं ह्यूमन के बॉडी में जो थ्रू आउट लाइफ हम डोनेट नहीं कर सकते। ऑर्गन्स लाइक लिवर, देन हार्ट, आइज, and all these organs can be donated after death only. So there are some problems which are created during the organ transplantation. So to overcoming these problems, the stem cells are the source of source for the formation of these organs. So stem cells have the ability to replicate themselves into the stem cells as well as it can be transformed into other types of cells. तो यहाँ पे एक पिक्चर दिखाए तो इसमें ये खुद स्टेम सेल्स में भी डिवाइड हो सकते हैं और इनके पास एबिलिटी है कि ये वैरायटी ऑफ सेल्स को फॉर्म कर सकते हैं। तो ये है अबाउट स्टेम सेल्स। द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज ऑर्गन एंड बॉडी डोनेशन। So when the human body is disposed of after their death as per the traditional customs, then there is no use of all the organs which can be used for the transplantation purpose. So the concept of organ donation and body donation have emerged recently after realization that such organs can be used to save the life of other needful persons. So one can donate the organs and body after the death, and our body should be useful to other needful person. So awareness हम लोगों में ये ला सकते हैं हमारे कंट्री में जो कि पीपल्स है। तो कुछ ऐसे भी यहाँ पे कुछ इंस्टीट्यूट्स है, कुछ पीपल्स है जो कि वॉलंटरीली ये जो प्रोग्राम है जिसमें पीपल्स में ये अवेयरनेस लाया जा सकता है कि ऑर्गन डोनेट करके हम अदर लोगों की या अदर पर्सन की जो नीडफुल पर्सनस हैं तो उनकी लाइफ हम सेव कर सकते हैं। सो लाइफ ऑफ मैनी पीपल कैन बी सेव्ड बाय ऑर्गन एंड बॉडी डोनेशन। बिकॉज ऑफ बॉडी डोनेशन और ऑर्गन डोनेशन blind peoples can regain the vision and the life of many people can be rendered comfortable by donation of organs like liver, kidneys, heart valves and skin, etc. So the many social government and social organizations are working towards increasing the awareness about body donation. So in the body of human beings there are so many organs which can be donated and they are useful for the some needful person. So आज के क्लास में हमने ये पूरा जो है वो कंसेप्ट डिस्कस किया सेल बायोलॉजी और साइटोलॉजी एंड अबाउट स्टेम सेल्स। तो नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं द पार्ट ऑफ बायोटेक्नोलॉजी।